Hi, it's Chris Jenkins from the New Orleans, what is it called? Mercedes Superdome Stadium. So first of all, I want to start by saying thank you guys for everybody that followed me, supported me all season long, and especially for those people who donated to get me here for this Sunday's game to watch my first road NFL playoff game. And after this video, we're going to be driving straight back to Charlotte. So you're not going to see the same format that you're used to seeing. I'm going to just run through my notes here. So it may go a little bit all over the place, but nevertheless, we're going to get you guys a message. But today I decided not to go into the locker room after the game because typically after a loss, the guys are pretty down anyway. Particularly after a road playoff loss, went into the locker room for about a minute, saw that most of the guys were going slow getting dressed. So I only went and talked with Coach Ron Rivera to ask him what was his message to the team after this loss. And he said basically a lot of people didn't give us a chance to be here. And we made it here and we had a good showing. So be proud of that. But in terms of the game, today I had my pregame show and I talked about the keys, one of them being Cam Newton having a solid game. And to me, he didn't have too bad of a game. So right now I'm using a phone that's locked up. So I'm going to hand it to this lady behind me. She's going to unlock it and I'm going to be able to talk about my notes. But one of the things I talked about was Cam Newton having a solid game. And I like what happened at the start of the game. He did have some success early with throwing the ball, with running the ball. And I felt like that, if he had a start like that, would give him a good opportunity for success today. He finished the game 24 for 40 with 349 yards, 2 touchdowns. Not a bad outing, not the best, not bad. Also for the team, time of possession was good today, right? I know particularly in that first half, they had almost twice as much time possession as the Saints had, but it wasn't able to result in the big points. So today, really, the big problem was that the Panthers would get into the red zone and we're kicking way too many field goals. I know it was 3 field goals in that first half, capped by Gano kicking, I believe, a 58, 59-yarder. But really, to me, today's game was about us not being able to score in the red zone. You could talk about all the other, a lot of other facets of the game. This phone's locking up, so I'm going to completely just freestyle the rest of this with not scoring in the red zone. We did on the defensive side, it was a pretty solid game. I said in a pre-game talk that we need to create some turnovers, and we didn't create one until virtually the last possession of the game. But on the defensive side, what we did that was good was we stopped their running. They had less than 50 yards rushing on us, and if you look at what happened during the regular season, the team that had the 2 biggest rushing yards against us were the 2 games against the Saints. So we did some things good to give us an opportunity to win. We stopped them from running. Drew Brees is a phenomenal quarterback, and he had a solid game. But really, again, go back to the red zone and us not scoring touchdowns. That's really the part that hurt this team today. And, you know, we had some optimism with all the receivers that we had, with McCaffrey being one of those. He had a big play today. But we just, I feel like truly today, the lack of weapons outside of Cam Newton is really what hurt this team. So that is all for today. We're going to get back in the car, head to Charlotte. I'm going to do some more videos this week to cover this game. Anything that you guys want me to talk about, please leave your comments below, tweet them. However you feel like getting them to me, please do so. It's Chris Jenkins. Once again, Carolina Panthers lost, I believe, 30. What was the final score? 31-26. First round loss in the in the wild card playoffs. And reporting from New Orleans, Chris Jenkins for Charlotte Vibe.